morning, survivors, and happy Friday, and happy New Year's Eve. Today I'm going to answer kind of a difficult question that I've gotten from several viewers, and that is, can a narcissist truly love someone? Could they change for love? And could they love me differently than they loved the last one? All right, so let's talk about it. Here we go. It's a tough question to answer because narcissists in general are, always looking for love. And so a narcissist, they love bomb you, and sure, it looks a lot like love, and it feels a lot like love. But is it love? Depends on what you consider love. And will it be different than it was for the last supply? Good question. So what's really true about the narcissist is that they don't always get it. So it's a hard question to answer because the fact is that we as non-narcissists, normies, I don't know, we tend to see love in a different way than they do. They see love as a supply. We've talked about that before, how there's narcissistic supply. They need love in a different way than we do, and they understand it differently than we do, okay? So we're going to talk about what that means. The thing is, the narcissist is looking for unreasonable love, love that doesn't exist. They're looking for a supply. They're looking for someone to make them feel like they're alive. And until they feel alive on their own, that's never going to work. So they're always going to keep looking for the next best thing. We know that narcissists are not emotionally healthy ever. And we know that our understanding of what love looks like looks different than theirs. We see love as, something that benefits our life, something that makes us feel good, something that makes us feel safe, something that makes us feel whole sometimes. But we need to be whole before we're loved. But that's a whole other thing. Or, before we're loved by someone else. But that's a whole other thing. But narcissists see love in a way that it is it's fully a supply, like I said. So we're going to get into that a little more. But I think we need to have a sip of coffee first. Look, it's bigger than my head. Actually, this cup I bought like at a dollar store when I was like in college. It's a great cup. It's a perfect size. Not very pretty, but good stuff. Good size. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, shall we? So a narcissist will definitely seem to love you. And a narcissist can appear to love you. And everyone around you can think, oh my God, that's the best guy or girl you ever met. You guys are really the thing, right? But the fact is that a narcissist doesn't really get it, okay? And you might even see everything that's happening and think, this is love. This is really the thing. Because even as a healthy person, you might know, and quite honestly, let's be honest, what that really looks like with a narcissist is enmeshment, right? And as a survivor, as a victim of a narcissistic abuse, you might recognize that the love that you had with a narcissist is enmeshment. It's the type of love that just means you're connected, you're stuck together, but it's not true love. It doesn't make you feel good. Love should make you feel good. You know what? My mother-in-law, who passed away a few years ago, who was just amazing, actually said to me one time, you know what? Love isn't supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to hurt. And I thought, that is profound. Love is not supposed to hurt, you guys. That's real. What do you think about that? Us grew up with a narcissist, and so we don't really know what healthy love looks like, let's be honest. And so when we get older and we get involved with another narcissist, well, the enmeshment, the connection, the attachment looks just like love to us. But enmeshment isn't love. Enmeshment is one person in the relationship is, the mesh, is the center, the soul, the heart, the fingers, all the parts of the relationship, and the other person isn't a person. And you know who that is, right? That's you. The person who isn't the narcissist isn't the person in the relationship. A healthy relationship is going to involve two separate individuals, you feel me? Whereas, each person will have joy and relief when you connect and separate. You won't feel anxiety if your spouse or your partner goes out with the girls or the guys for a night. Or you won't feel stress or anxiety if you have something exciting to do with your friends and you have to leave your spouse or partner at home for a few hours, or even overnight, or even for a weekend. It doesn't become a problem because that person has interests outside of you. And I don't mean other interests in other, men or women. I mean other interests in, things like, watching baseball or playing hockey or, video games or hanging out with their friends or going fishing or whatever people do, going shopping, whatever people are into. They have interests outside of you. They don't expect to be joined at the hip, as it were. I remember when I met my current husband, I said to him, listen, I'm not one of those people that wants to be joined at the hip, because I have my own things I want to do. And I don't even think he believed me at first. And then when we finally moved into our first home together, for the first couple of weeks, he was all up on me. And I was like, listen, I told you we bought this house with a basement so you could go downstairs and do your thing, and I could be doing my thing sometimes. And he was quite shocked by it. But it's really true. I need my personal time, my separate space, and, from my spouse or not. I mean, whoever I'm with. So I think part of it is having individuality in a relationship. You don't get that with a narcissist. So a lot of narcissists will actually, take on the personality of their victim or their supply. Or if their supply doesn't come with a whole big personality, well, they'll turn the supply into a little bit of themselves. They'll get the supply involved with the same stuff. I can think of one situation where the supply was married to someone who was a lot older than her, who was a police officer, and suddenly she became all police all the time. Everything she had to say or do or think about was with police, and she bought like little police dogs and bears for her kids when they were born, and they became police people. And it was just like the police component of the family became the family's identity because the father was a policeman. So it's really interesting. But my point is that when you're in a relationship that's healthy, you'll have a separate identity from your narcissist. A separate identity from your non-narcissist. Woo, that was a silly mistake. I should probably fix that. In fact, when you're in a narcissistic relationship, the narcissist actually sees you as an extension of him or herself. And that's true if you're a parent. If your parent is the narcissist, or your spouse is the narcissist, or even sometimes your boss or your coworker, the narcissist will see certain people in their lives as an extension of themselves, and that will definitely include children and lovers. In some cases, they might even act like being an extension of themselves is like a romantic, awesome thing for you. But the fact is, you're an individual, and you should always be treated as such. So the narcissist can't really appreciate you for who you are. They can, especially when they're seeing you as an extension of themselves. They can only appreciate you if you are separate from them, which means that the moment you get into a relationship with them, you're not separate anymore. And guess what? Very quickly they begin to devalue you. And as y'all know, after that comes the discard phase. Now, this may cycle for years. Certainly you can be in a relationship with a narcissist for years, many years, forever even. But that doesn't mean that you won't be abused. It doesn't mean that they won't cheat or lie or hide things or cover up their bullshit. Okay? It really comes down to how much are you willing to tolerate? Are you willing to be miserable in your life every day? Are you willing to just be an extension of another person? Or would you like to be yourself, an individual who gets to have opinions and thoughts and feelings that are valid and validated? If you're serving a purpose for him or her, you're golden for a minute. The moment that purpose becomes less important, or the moment the narcissist believes someone else can serve the purpose better, or looks better, or thinks better, or whatever, boom, you're useless to them, see? And then they'll treat you like someone who doesn't matter to them. And you won't be allowed to share your opinion, and if you do, you'll be quickly discarded. A disagreement with a narcissist can feel like an absolute threat to your life. They won't ever let you feel safe in a relationship. They'll always make sure you're on the edge and scared. The moment you begin to get comfortable, they'll smack you down real quick and make sure that you're still not comfortable, that you're doing what you need to do to make them happy, and that you're all supportive of all of their needs and desires. It's not all about you for them, and for them, it's not all about you for you. You see what I'm saying? They think it's all about them all the time, 24/7. They see themselves as the star of the movie of your relationship, and you're just a supporting character, and you might as well not have very many lines, unless those lines are, oh my God, narcissist, you're so amazing, stuff like that. Feel me? Narcissists expect everyone to be like them, especially the person they quote-unquote love. So if you're in love with a narcissist and you're dealing with them, what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself being consistently reprimanded for not being who they are. For example, if you go to the grocery store and you pick up, Minute Maid orange juice, and they prefer some other brand, well, it's going to be a problem. And it's going to be such a problem that you, once you've learned of their preference for this other brand of orange juice, will never again buy Minute Maid in your life, and will only buy that kind for that person forever, because you will never want to hear that ridiculous outburst again. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I can think of a time with my narcissist that I was married to who would, need a certain type of soda or pop, whatever y'all call it. And at the moment we were kind of broke, right? And so I was like, okay, I'll buy you soda, but I'm going to buy you the generic form of that soda because, we're broke and I don't want to spend that extra money or whatever. Well, I got so much crap from this person that even flying monkeys came in to tell me why this person deserved their certain brand of soda. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, you guys. People should not. Well, anyway, that's irrelevant. The point is, narcissists will pick at you over the tiniest things. That's just a tiny thing. They might pick at you because they're a certain religion that you're not, or because they believe in abortion and you don't, or vice versa. Or, sometimes it's real serious stuff. Sometimes it's real small stuff. Bottom line, they're mad at you because you're not them. They hate you because you ain't them, instead of they hate us because they ain't us. See? See what I did there? I really need to drink some more coffee. Of course, if you're really into this person, and the narcissist will hope that you are really into him or her, you at first will think, maybe it's just me. Maybe I can change some small things about myself and this person will be happy. Maybe this person would like it better if I wore this type of clothes, or maybe this person would like it better if I behaved in that way or this way. You can actually change really significant things about yourself and then find yourself going, well, I'm still not good enough. I've become exactly what you wanted me to be. Of course, by the time you become exactly what they want to be, they're totally bored with you because you're no longer a challenge and you don't give them the ability to, to be, you're not the right kind of supply for them anymore. Narcissists always need someone to bitch at. They always need someone to, be their emotional dumpster. So if you're doing everything they want you to do, well, it won't matter. They'll find something else to complain about. And if you get too boring and you start rocking for too long, they're probably going to move on. Sometimes you've done nothing wrong and they're still cheating or looking for the next supply. There are some narcissists who never stop looking for the next supply. It's like they're just waiting for something better to come along. And you start to feel like that in those relationships. It's very unhealthy for all people involved, especially yourself. Bottom line, can a narcissist truly love anyone? Can they change for love? Can they become someone different for love? In my opinion, no. They might get lucky enough to find someone who can tolerate their crap. They might get lucky enough to find someone who will put up with their supply and their abuse for their whole lives. But will they change? No, they won't change. They will just be who they are. In some cases, they can change their behaviors temporarily. But you will always see the edge at the very edge of a narcissist, or you will always see those qualities in a narcissist unless they are somehow able to heal their core wound and become a different person. Don't expect a narcissist to change, my friend. I could go on and on about this topic, and I will continue talking about it if you guys want me to go into it in more detail. But right now, I've got to wrap up because I have like 8 appointments today. I don't even know how that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So get ready. It's gonna be a long day. I'm hoping I'll be able to squeeze another video in later today, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. If you have questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful evening. If I don't see you before then, see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day or later today. We'll see. Either way. As always, thanks for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon.